Hi everybody, it's October 25th and I have my braces on now. I had them on, my appointment was at 10:40, did some paperwork and saw some really neat scans. The first one is of my skull, and you can see all of the dental work that I've had in the past. The next one was a panoramic view of all of my teeth, and you can see that one. It's kind of neat looking. And then there was a 3D model that they scanned and were able to rotate and use. And that one is what was taken from the molds that they made on the last visit. So that was kind of neat as well. I planned on having video and photos for this, but I brought my husband along and it just didn't work out. He didn't take the photos and he didn't take the video, so I'm going to talk you through what happened. They didn't explain too much about what was going on. I don't know whether it was because I was an adult or because she just didn't think that I needed to know what was happening, but the first thing they do is clean and polish your teeth. You go and you rinse. Then they put on this blue liquid that doesn't feel like it tastes very good. And they rinse that off into your mouth, draining away with the little suction thingy. Next comes the putting on of the brackets, and what I learned was that each bracket is individual to the tooth, and where the orthodontist figures out that the tooth is going to end up when they're finished with the treatment. Now my treatment is scheduled for 12 to 14 months, and they're hoping to have it done in the 12 months, so they're kind of being aggressive on it. So they put the glue onto the tooth and then they put the bracket on, and the bracket is a little metal piece that either has a hook or doesn't have a hook, certain depths, certain angles of the centers of them, and then they use a blue light very similar to the light that's used for hardening shellac nail polish, the blue light, and they hold that over, and there's a little beep for the time, and she went around each of the edges. She made sure she cleaned off all the excess glue. And then after they get all the brackets in place, with mine, because I have two crowns, she actually went online to figure out how to glue crowns, the brackets onto the crowns, because normally what they do is they put the sleeve around those teeth and do it, but she wanted to try a different technique. If it falls off, then the next time that I go, they'll put the bands around, which is okay. I've seen them. They don't look too bad. It's not going to be seen anyways because they're on the molars, because both of my crowns are on molars as a result of some root canals that I had. And it's really neat. In the x-rays you can actually see where the root canals were, and apparently I have really long roots, really strong roots, so I guess that's a plus for me. So she put on the two brackets last on the teeth that had the crowns, and that took quite a long time because it's a totally different procedure. And then after that she started putting on the wires and bending them around. And she only put the O-ring rubber bands, the ligatures to tie the wire onto the brackets on the front teeth here. She put clear ones on the top because of the ceramics, and she put gray ones on the bottom. She didn't really ask me, she just chose them. I don't have very many of those anyway, so I guess it uses up some that she had left over on a strip, which is fine. I don't care. I'm 55. What do I care about the color, really? No one really sees my bottom lip too awful much. I'm not the type that's the first thing you see. Mostly what you see is the top here. All from the sides on back are all tied with the very thin wire, and some of those were poking out, but just a little bit of a fingernail pushed them all back down in. I have wax on a couple spots that were bothering me. The wax is a wonder. It's something you'll definitely want to get and have. The dentist gave me, or the orthodontist gave me some, but I'm using the silicone earplugs. They're non-toxic. They seem to be quite good, and it was like instant relief from where they were poking and prodding. Everything feels really, really tight. I can't say that it really hurts yet. It's been, see, it was finished at 1:30 and it's now 7:30, so it's 6 hours. I can feel it, but it's not anything that's making me want to rush and take ibuprofen. Tomorrow might be a different story. I notice that when I touch my teeth, they're very, very tender. When I push down on them, and if I happen to put them together, they hurt. Even after I came back when I had lunch, right after I had it done, I picked up a poutine without cheese, which is really just fries and gravy. It's cheaper than a poutine, but they pour the gravy on top in the box, which is what I wanted. The fries from this place are really nice and soft with the gravy on them. Even just trying to chew those, and I can't bite anything with my front teeth at all. My teeth don't actually go together anymore, which is kind of odd when you think about it. It's like my jaw has changed its alignment already. I'm not really sure why. That seems like kind of quick, but they said they were doing really, really aggressive treatment. Who knows? I just know that I can't chew. My back teeth don't go together. I keep biting the sides of the insides of my mouth. She said that the one side curved like this, so the cheek is more in, and with everything out, that's why I'm biting everything on the back of it. I said that'll go away after a while, hopefully. I did learn something about the wires. They're from NASA, and they're temperature geared, so they're extremely flexible when they first put them in, and when they come up to body temperature, they become hard and rigid, and that's what moves the teeth, because they're programmed to be a certain way and in the brackets. So when the wire becomes warm, or body temperature, and becomes rigid, it starts to pull the teeth or push the teeth to where the bracket has designated where it's supposed to go, which I thought was kind of neat. I like science. As for everything else, I don't know. It's going okay so far. Just when they touch together, they really hurt. Well, they don't hurt. It's really uncomfortable. It's like after you've had a really intense cleaning or something like that. And I can feel them. I can feel every single tooth. And hopefully it gets better in a couple of days. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse than this. But I hear that tomorrow's probably going to be a lot worse. Which is kind of sad, because I have a dinner to go to tomorrow night that's a roast beef dinner, and I had been kind of looking forward to it. But hey, I can eat mashed potatoes and gravy. They assure me there's going to be those there. So I'll give you a little bit of an up-close look at them, and then I'll sign off for tonight. You can see the rocks. So that's it for this one. I might do a video on the products that I use in the future, the things that I picked up. My husband had braces for 5 years. He gave me a lot of pointers. But till next time, bye bye.